Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, while Bitcoin consolidates sideways, we're seeing a huge squeeze in this indicator, pointing towards a massive move coming soon, which I'll talk about in just a moment, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the 3-day Bitcoin chart, and basically over the last 1 day, not much has happened here on this chart. We are still forming a large bearish divergence and running into resistance, which is somewhat similar to the daily Bitcoin chart, but on this chart, this bearish divergence is currently active. It is already playing out, as I have been saying over the last 1 week or so. And so once again, this bearish divergence means we're due to see reduced bullish momentum, which usually plays out in the form of either choppy sideways price action or a slight pullback in the Bitcoin price. And obviously over the last 1 week or so, we've been seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action with a slight pullback as expected. And now normally these bearish divergences on the daily time frame play out over around 1 to 2 weeks on average before we potentially resume the trend later on. And obviously the trend as of right now on the daily time frame is a bullish trend. We're still seeing higher lows and higher highs, which is clearly the price trending in the bullish direction here on the larger time frames. But as I mentioned in my last video, just in the shorter term, we are simply taking a pause from the larger bullish trend, kind of like what we saw back here, where we saw some short-term pullbacks before eventually a few weeks later continuing the bullish trend. And now what's interesting is if you're taking a look at the Bollinger Bands indicator on the daily time frame, after seeing all of this choppy sideways price action in the shorter term, this has resulted in the Bollinger Band entering into a major squeeze. And usually we only see a squeeze in the Bollinger Bands indicator just before a major volatile move. If you're looking at recent history, we saw a major squeeze during around late October, early November 2022, just before an extremely volatile move. And then we saw an even tighter squeeze during early January this year. Obviously, that was a massive squeeze in this indicator just before a huge volatile move in the Bitcoin price action. And then we saw another squeeze in this indicator during early February this year. And of course, that happened just before more volatility. And so usually we see a major squeeze in this Bollinger Bands indicator around a week, maybe 2 weeks before an extremely volatile move, which basically means at some point within the next week or so, it's very likely we could see an extremely volatile move. And in fact, if you're taking a look at the historical volatility indicator, this basically shows how volatile the Bitcoin price is here on the daily time frame. And right now it is at the lowest point, the lowest amount of volatility that we have seen since the beginning of this year, just before we saw the Bitcoin price absolutely skyrocket. And now, unfortunately, these volatility indicators do not actually predict the direction of the volatility. So unfortunately, this does not tell us if the move will be a bullish move or a bearish move. It simply just tells us that a very large move is likely going to happen at some point, potentially within the next 1 week or so. And obviously, if you're a trader, you can trade long or short, depending on if we break support or resistance. So either way, it doesn't actually matter the direction of the move, because obviously if you're trading with long positions or short positions, you can make money no matter what direction the price is heading. And if you want to know how to do that, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more. But anyway, zooming into the shorter term, to help determine the direction of that potential volatile move coming soon, we need to keep an eye on short-term support and resistance. Here on the 4-hour chart, we have support at approximately 26.5k to 26.9k, and we have a resistance at around 28.6k to 29k. And so basically, while the Bitcoin price is in between this support and this resistance, obviously in the short term, we're looking relatively neutral, not overly bullish or overly bearish. We're simply in a choppy sideways price range, as I have been saying for a while now on this channel. But I'll be watching those support and resistance areas very closely, because the moment the Bitcoin price confirms a break either below this support or above this resistance, that would be the signal telling us the potential direction of that next extremely volatile move. So once again, the moment the Bitcoin price either breaks above resistance or breaks below this support, that would signal the direction of that extremely volatile move as predicted by this Bollinger Bands indicator. But anyway, now taking a look at the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and right now the price of ETH is still in between this previous resistance and this new resistance. First of all, this previous area of resistance, which should now be acting as new support, is sitting in between 1770 to around 1820. And of course, the next significant area of resistance on the daily time frame is this area in between around 1980 to 2040. And obviously, in terms of the trend, we are still trending in the more bullish direction here on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And something similar can be said about the short term here on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart. Obviously, over the last 1 to 2 days, we have seen a pullback in the price of ETH, simply retesting this previous resistance, which is now acting as new support. Once again, this short-term area of resistance now acting as new support is sitting in between 1830 to 1850. And just recently, we have seen a bounce from that area, which is actually a short-term bullish signal. If this area gets held as support, then that further confirms this breakout to the upside and obviously confirms that this previous resistance is now in fact new support, which is a sign of a bullish trend. Anytime where we're breaking above resistance and flipping it into new support to form higher lows and higher highs, obviously this is a bullish trend, at least for now. And so unlike Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, which is still in this choppy sideways price range looking neutral, Ethereum on the other hand is looking slightly more bullish than bearish or neutral, because obviously we have already broken out to the upsides and now using this previous resistance as new support, which is technically a short-term bullish signal. And now if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is either breaking out to the upside or to the downside, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money in a choppy sideways price range. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.